everyone. Thanks so much for joining us today. We are excited to welcome you. My name is Sam Walker. I'm an Outreach and Education Advisor with the Student Recruitment Team at Mohawk College. And today I'm joined by the wonderful faculty of our various business programs. Before we get started, this is just a reminder that your cameras have been turned off and the session is being recorded as it will be posted on our program web pages. You'll get a chance to ask any questions at the end of our presentation, or you can ask them in our chat feature. We know everyone wants to know how September will be in respect to program delivery. After carefully considering a number of options, the college has made the decision to deliver the fall 2020 semester of our business program virtually. Our plan is flexible and can be scaled up or down to accommodate any changes along the way. You can be confident that our new learning styles will meet the learning outcomes of your program while ensuring the quality educational experience you expect from Mohawk College. I'd encourage everyone to check updates about COVID-19 on the Mohawk College webpage. Just a reminder for anyone that is considering applying to any of our business programs, they are still open for September. I will now hand it over to our Associate Dean of the McKeel School of Business, Andrew McTeer, to provide you with more information.
Good morning, everyone. We really do appreciate you joining us today. As Sam said, we have moved to a virtual environment. I wished it could be face-to-face. But given the current situation, virtual is how we are going to roll. And I'm really looking forward to sharing some information about the variety of programs that we offer here in the business school at McKeel. As Sam mentioned to you, all of our programming for business will be delivered virtually this fall. We are optimistic that after Christmas, we will be back in the college. But we're taking our cues from Health Canada, and ultimately what really matters is the safety of our students and the safety of our faculty. So hopefully we'll be back into some semblance of normal at some point, but for the fall we will be online. So why are we here? Sam, I'll get you to click a slide if we could. There we go. And maybe we can click one more. I think everybody knows who I am. So what are we going to do today? Well, I'm going to talk a little bit about why Mohawk and why Mohawk's Business School. One of the questions I do get asked an awful lot is about technology requirements. Given that we are moving online for the fall, I want to speak very briefly about that and give you some direction as to where you can go get some additional information. Student support as you transition from either the working world back to college or from high school into a college environment. The student support that you receive is extraordinarily important, and it's going to be particularly important in a virtual environment. So we want to talk a little bit about supports that are available to you. There are some important dates that we can quickly review, and then I'm going to hand it off to your coordinators, and they're going to take you on a brief tour of each program. And then we'll open it up for some Q&A afterwards. Okay, next slide. So, why are we here? Well, we're here because you are considering the business school, the McKeel School of Business, for this fall. And what I want to encourage you to do after I hand it off to the coordinators is to listen to them talk about their various programs over the next 40 minutes or so, 30 minutes or so. And I want you to listen for a couple of things. I want you to listen to the passion with which they use when they're talking about their programs. And I fully expect you're going to hear the words experiential learning an awful lot as you listen to their talks. That's because we see the development of business skills as more of a hands-on adventure. We take very seriously this idea that our grads are both future and job ready. Now, no question, it's going to be a challenge in the current environment with virtual delivery, but good business people, of which all of our professors are able to adapt, and that is what they have been doing. I've got a quote up on the screen. I wished I could claim credit for it. I can't. It was the person who said it to me was a couple of years ago, and they were describing a college graduate going out into the working world and how they differentiate themselves. And they were more specifically describing a Mohawk college grad. And it really resonated with me, this particular line. So I've used it a lot myself since. And our college grads, after their 1, 2, or 3-year program here, can walk out that door, sit in an interview, and often say, I did do that. Not I think I can do that, or even I can do that. They can sit in that chair and say, I did do that. And by that, I mean they've had the experience. They've done things within their classes, both within and outside of their classes. In some of our business labs, they have engaged in those sorts of activities that allow them to say, oh yeah, I have done that before. So it's a very powerful differentiator, and it stuck with me. I'll leave it up to you to do a little research on Surge, the agency, the collective, or even our Center for Entrepreneurship, which you'll see more information on moving forward. Because all of these things are learning labs that you will be exposed to in any one of our Mohawk business programs. In-class simulations, capstones, these all make up very important parts of what we do in our teaching environment, even in a virtual environment. Okay, one of the questions that I do get asked, and we'll flip to the next slide. One of the questions I do get asked an awful lot, particularly in light of the fact that we're going to be virtual in the fall, is what sorts of technology requirements are we going to need? Now, in the fall, what you can expect is some sessions, just like what we're engaged in today. You'll often hear the word synchronous. It just means we're in real time talking virtually to one another. And typically your professors will use Zoom. Now, some may use Teams, and I think some are even using Skype, but the vast majority will use Zoom sessions, just like this. But there'll also be a whole mix of learning resources available, like videos, online slide decks, recorded lectures, online assessments, etc. All of these will be organized for you in an online learning management system. We've just switched to a new one, Canvas, and you'll be given a lot of information on this. So given this virtual requirement for the fall, what will you need? Well, first and foremost, and again, I'm not going to climb deep into the weeds. We could probably spend an hour talking about technology requirements, and I want to spend about 3 minutes here and guide you to some resources. What will you need? You need a reliable internet connection, and that is going to mean different things to different people. If you're in a house where 8 or 10 people are trying to access the internet, and you've got serious gamers in the household, your speeds and capacity is going to be a little different than if you're in a situation on your own. You're going to need a computer capable of handling software requirements associated with your program. It can be either a Mac or a PC. Given that some of your classes, some parts of your classes will be virtual face-to-face, you're going to need a microphone and you're going to need a camera. We do have loaners available. We have an arrangement with Dell if you want to purchase at a discount a computer. So all of those things are available to you. And the last thing I have on the slide here that I'll refer to is you're going to need a quiet place to work from. You may want a printer, you may want a headset, but I would argue that a quiet place to work from is important. In terms of where you can go get some guidance on technology, if you go to the Mohawk website and link to the library page and click on the tech button, you'll find all sorts of information on this topic. There's even a virtual tech bar where you can ask questions to our support team. And my understanding is that they are currently beefing up these supports as well and adding more information in there. But you can start there. There's some very interesting information and online help and guidance that is there. I talked about the discounted purchasing with Dell computers. You can find some information there on that. And we do, in fact, have a loaner program if you would like to avail yourself of a borrowed computer. In essence, what I can say here with the technology piece is we are making every effort to provide technical guidance, tools, and resources so that your virtual experience in the fall will be the best that it can possibly be. Now, in talking about support, and I talked about this a little earlier, and we can flip to the next slide. And there, sorry, missed this. Somebody's adjusted the slide deck a little. This is what you will find when you go into the that support area. The tech guide button that I referred to earlier. It'll pop up a page like this, and you can click on any one of the buttons that you see listed here, and it'll give you some information on it. Okay, so library.mohawkcollege.ca tech guides, and it will take you right in and give you some information. You look on the right side of the screen, you can see the tech bar, and you can reach out and have a chat with somebody in real time. Okay, next slide. The transition from either high school to college or from the working world back to college can be a tricky one, and it can be made even more tricky when the delivery is virtual, as it's going to be in the fall. We want to make sure that you are very aware that we are going to provide every support that would have existed if we were in a face-to-face or back in the college. We are working very hard to provide those supports in a virtual environment. It starts with 2 embedded student success advisors in the business school. Pat Paulington and Abby Taylor are available to help you. They're 2 individuals who I strongly recommend you get to know if you join us here at the business school. They are there primarily to provide guidance on program planning, but in reality, they can put you in touch with the right resources in all aspects of your student experience. Your coordinators, who you're going to hear from shortly, are more than happy to work with you on issues related to your academic success as well. If your academic journey requires some accommodation, the Accessible Learning Services team are ready and able to support you. A simple email to them, als@mohawkcollege.ca, will put you in touch with a member of that team, and they'll be able to offer you all sorts of support. Suffice to say, we are really striving to be uncompromising in our support for students as they transition into a college environment, particularly in this tricky time. We could spend a long time laundry listing all of the supports, but as you can see from the list on the page here, we're going to offer up support in everything from foundational math support through to English support. We can give you some help with study skills and developing study skills. And we can even help you in this different time setting up virtual study groups, because working with your peers is an extraordinarily important part of your college experience. Okay, so all kinds of supports available to you. Last thing I'll talk about, because I know I've used up my time here, we'll just flip the slide if we could. Okay, well, there's some images with respect to the supports. If you click on some of those links that I've provided, it'll bring you into various supports that are available online. Okay, we'll flip to the next slide. Math and English, and we'll take it to the next one. A few key dates. Okay, fall timetables are open and registration starts August 11th. Again, I'm not going to walk through all of this. This is all available on our website. I will say the most important date on here is the bottom 2, and that's that we open our virtual doors for new student orientation September the 8th, with our classes starting September the 9th, and we will run right through until December 11th. Okay, as I said, I know I've used up my time. I hope that was helpful in giving you a little bit of an idea of supports that are going to be available for you if you choose Mohawk in the fall. Now what I want to do is hand it off to the real stars of the show here in our coordinators, and Laura Cole, who looks after our one-year business fundamentals program. Laura.
Thank you, Drew. So I'm Laura. I'm the coordinator for the Small Business Management Program, which is the Business Fundamentals Program. It's a one-year certificate, and it's perfect for anyone wanting to start their own business or manage an existing small business. It's also really great for anyone who is thinking about business, but you're not quite sure what that might look like yet. We have a great pathway designed for you, and I'm going to talk about that in just a moment. So we're really excited about Mohawk College's Center for Entrepreneurship. So as Drew mentioned, here comes the first mention of experiential learning. So there, I've said it the first time today. And we are really excited to be working with Center for Entrepreneurship to offer these experiential opportunities in our program. So you are going to get some business theory, of course, but you'll also get these really great hands-on opportunities to really practice your small business skills. And we are really excited. We have a new partnership with Shopify. And so we're going to have this opportunity to work with Shopify to give you an opportunity to work through some of those small business skill sets. So we're really excited about that. The center also offers mentorship and lots of other opportunities to practice your skill sets. So we have a great opportunity with the center. The pathway that I mentioned about is next there. So all graduates from the Business Fundamentals Small Business Management program have an opportunity to go directly into second semester of many of our business programs. So if you're thinking about business, but you're not quite sure, this is a great chance to come to Mohawk, figure it out, feel what you think about it, and then you can move right into second semester for many of these other programs. So it's a great pathway opportunity. The other thing I wanted to mention was two really great success stories. So here's where I get excited when I'm talking about our students. So the first one, Urban Escapade Hunt. I really wanted to talk to you about this particular company because DeWhitney came to this program with no business idea. She knew she was excited about small business. She knew she was excited about entrepreneurship, but she didn't have a business idea in mind. But she came anyways, and through the experiential learning and through some of these hands-on experiences, she got inspired and she was able to come up with this really cool idea for a business. And now she's launched it, and you can find her online, Urban Escapade Hunt, and we're super proud of her. The other one I wanted to mention was Pie in the Sky. So this one, he came to small business management because he was going to be taking over a family business. And so he wanted to really get those fundamental business skill sets that he could then apply to the family business. So both very different students, and yet both were able to come and experience what they needed. The other reason I've mentioned these two in this conversation is because both of these students I've kept in touch, and over COVID, they both were able to really pivot and come up with a new business plan that kept them relevant and successful through COVID. And what's really cool is they've actually come up with, I would say, an even better idea than what they had first, because they were really asked to dig deep and go back to those fundamentals that we had looked at and say, how can I apply this now in this new environment? And they were both able to do that. So I'm so proud of both of them. So whether you have a business idea already and you are excited to think about operations and a business plan to get it going, whether you just know that you want to be your own boss and run your own business, but you don't know what that looks like, or if you're set up to take over a family business, this program is flexible enough to really speak to all of those different student experiences. And we will be learning more about different success stories in our class and how they managed to do it and what they're doing now. So can't wait to share all of that with you. And I absolutely hope to see you in September.
That's great. Thanks so much, Laura. I'll now hand it over to our program coordinator, Lisa Graham, who will speak to our Business General program.
Okay, thank you, and welcome everybody. As stated, my name is Lisa Graham. I'm the program coordinator, and I just noticed I didn't include my email on the slide there, but I'm sure that will be available to you through Sam after the session. Like the Business Fundamentals program, the Business General program is really a great program that provides a broad overview of all of the different functional areas of business. So students will take courses in marketing, accounting, human resources, but the difference being is that this program is a 2-year program. So when students graduate, they will actually receive a 2-year Ontario College diploma. After graduation, a lot of students will just go out into the workforce, but we do have a couple of unique pathways that I wanted to talk about as well. The first one being the grad cert programs or the grad certificate programs that we offer at Mohawk. So in order to complete one of those programs, a student requires a 2-year college diploma, which is what this program would offer you. And there's a unique fit here because students will be in the Business General program and maybe become exposed to an area of business that they didn't really know much about before. A couple that come to mind that are quite popular now are the business analysis and supply chain programs, or grad certs. So that's one pathway. Probably the most popular or unique program pathway that we have is the link into the business administration program. So after the 2 years of completing the Business General program, there is the option for students to transfer directly into the 5th semester of the business administration program. That program is a 3-year program and will be talked about, I guess, next. So yeah, Business General is great, again, for those students who are just looking for a broad education that will provide them with learning about all of the different functional areas of business, and one that would provide them with a 2-year college diploma. So I think I will turn it over now to Lawrence.
Okay, am I being seen here? Yes, my name is Lawrence Smith. I'm the coordinator of business administration. And as Lisa was saying, there is a opportunity for you to move into my program on the completion of the general program, Business General. However, you can also move into my program into the 2nd semester after the 1st semester common. First semester common means that you're in classes with all kinds of students, all in different programs, and you can decide at the end of that 1st semester whether you really want to stay where you registered or whether you want to move into a different program. So there's always that kind of opportunity at the beginning of the business programs, that common 1st semester. My students in the Business Administration Advanced Diploma, as you can see on the screen, is 3 years. You also, if you're in my program, you receive the Business General Diploma as well. And the reason for that is that the programs both overlap. The students in my program for the first 4 semesters get the same 4 semesters of courses in the Business General program. And so a common question I have is why is there overlap? Well, in my program in general, the students are interested in moving on to a university degree. About 90% of them do so at the end of my program. And in order to facilitate a culture of performance, I require students to have a certain grade point average after 1st semester to get into my program and maintain that percentage, because all universities require a 70% average to be able to get credit at a university once you transition to university. 2 of the main pathways that are very popular in my program, and many of the students who are in my program came into it for the explicit reason to get into these pathways, is the opportunity to go to McMaster University in Hamilton, into the DeGroote School of Business to get an honors Bachelor of Commerce degree, which is a 4-year degree. And it's important to understand the difference between a 3-year business degree and a 4-year business degree. A 4-year business degree is required if you want to go on to a master's or a PhD. Many of my students who have gone through pathways to university are off doing their master's as well afterwards. I have one student recently going on to their PhD, which is a nice thing. You'll see on the screen it says McMaster University 3+2. What that means is you do 3 years with my program, and then you move on to McMaster and you do 2 years there. I have about 20 to 25 students doing that each year. And I've heard back from the faculty and the counselors over at McMaster that my students do very, very well over there. I have not heard of a single failure yet, which is very nice. The other pathway is Robert Gordon University, which is over in Scotland in the city of Aberdeen. This is also popular with my students. It's a 3+1 system, meaning that you do 3 years with me and then 1 year over at Robert Gordon University, and you get a 4-year honors business degree, which again allows you to do your master's and your PhD. In both cases, it's up to your what your comfort and your money situation is. McMaster University, if you were to do 2 years there, it's going to cost you around $24,000 in tuition fees. If you go to Robert Gordon University, it'll cost you $25,000 for the 1 year, but that includes everything. That's the tuition, the travel, the accommodation, and drinking money if you had it. So those are the two pathways. As I said, 90% of my students head on to university afterwards. So these are just two pathways that I've highlighted here. At the Robert Gordon, I have about 13 students, 10 to 13 students going there each year. And they have a lot of fun together because they've known each other in my program. And McMaster, again, is the same thing. They have a lot of fun and their confidence level is high and they do very well. From the courses perspective, I specialize or I focus on 3 main areas of all companies or all organizations, whether the organizations are government or non-government, whether there's small or big, whether they're profit or non-profit. All companies have marketing, all companies have operations, and all companies have administration. And so I'm giving you about 1/3 of all the courses are in marketing, 1/3 in operations, and about 1/3 are in administration. And the idea is to give you an orientation and a familiarization with all the functional areas of a company. A functional area is basically the big departments of a company, so that you can gear yourself to a management career down the road and possibly open up your own business. The more exposure you have to many different departments, helps you manage a business in a lot better way. So if you have any questions, please email me. You'll see it's up there at lawrence.smith@mohawkcollege.ca, and I'll be glad to answer any questions. Back to you, Sam.
Thanks very much, Lawrence. I'll now hand it over to Monica Gallagher, who is our program coordinator of our business accounting program.
Thanks, Sam. Hi, everybody. I'm Monica Gallagher. I am the coordinator of the accounting programs at Mohawk College. We do offer 2 diploma programs. We have our 2-year and our 3-year programs. If you're not sure, no worries. You can enter the 2-year program. And then once you graduate, if you decide you want to continue on for a 3rd year, you can just jump right into that 3rd year of the program. So it's open to you to do either one of those. As Drew had mentioned earlier on, yes, experiential learning is a big part of what we do in the accounting programs. The first thing I'll talk about is co-op. Co-op is attached to our 2-year program. It is comprised of 3 4-month co-op rotations or work terms. You can either work for one employer for the whole 12 months, or you could be at 3 different employers for each of those terms. They are all paid, and it's a great opportunity at this time to, to take what you did in the classroom and get some hands-on learning. Most of our co-op positions are in all industries. Accountants are needed everywhere. So we have students that go to a lot of the accounting firms where you work with a whole bunch of different clients in different industries. You can work for Canada Revenue Agency, looking at all the income tax rules and requirements. City of Hamilton is an example, Environment Canada. I'm just trying to give you a few examples of some of the co-op placements that we have. A lot of our students as well get hired on full-time after they have completed their co-op requirements. We also do some client projects directly in our actual classes. An example I could give you is the United Way has our students review their funding applications from the agencies that are looking for funding for their programs. And we also do income tax clinics. We work with local community agencies within the city of Hamilton, and students prepare income taxes for low-income individuals at no charge. So it's a great opportunity to put your income tax class into practice. One of the other questions I do get a lot about is about a CPA designation, which is your Chartered Professional Accounting designation, which is basically the highest level of accounting credentials that you can get in Canada. So we do have pathways for students to continue on and get that, and I do have a number of my students who are successful CPAs. You will have to continue on and get a degree. We do have some pathways that would allow you to complete our 3-year program, and then you jump in and finish 1 year at a degree granting institution, and then you would head into your CPA educational program. So it is a bit of a journey, but it's very, it's a very successful position to hold if you choose to do that. But then again, a lot of other students as well continue on just jumping right into the workforce. We also have a number of events that we do during your time here at Mohawk. We have a Meet the Grad event where we have students coming back to talk about their journey after they've graduated from Mohawk. We participate in the Ontario College's accounting case competitions that run during the year, and we do offer a number of CPA information sessions if that's something you're interested in to understand the the process in getting your designation. Anyways, that's it for me. I hope that gives you some information. If you need more, you'll see my email is up above there. Feel free to email me, and hope to see you in the fall, virtually, of course. Thanks, Sam.
Thanks, Monica. I'll now hand it over to Alicia, who will speak to our business financial services programs.
Thank you, Sam. Yes, my name is Alicia Esty. I'm the coordinator for our financial services program, which is also a 2-year diploma. And there is a fast track option available if you chose to start in January. We do run a summer semester, so you could start in January and complete the program in 1 calendar year. This program is designed for people that have an interest in personal banking. You have to love numbers and love people, but we have a unique affiliation with both the Financial Planners Canada and the Canadian Securities Institute. And what that allows us to do is deliver this program, which qualifies as the core curriculum for both of those organizations. And then that allows you a path to either a QAFP designation, which is a qualified associate financial planner, or a certified financial planner. Those are both provided by FP Canada, as well as a PFP designation, personal financial planner, which is offered through the Canadian Securities Institute. So the great thing about this program is you complete it, you get out working, and then all of those designations require work experience. The QAFP and PFP only need 1 year, and you can, after working for 3 years, you can write your CFP designation. Next slide, please, Sam. Thank you. There's lots of different careers available: financial services rep, financial services manager, account managers, financial advisors, financial consultants are some examples. We typically have between 20 and 50 graduates a year, and there's always more opportunities locally than we have grads. We have great relationships out in the community with many employers, which are all the major banks, the credit unions, insurance companies are all potential employers for you. We do host a couple of events a year. We have a Meet the Grad night where we bring all these potential employers in, and they like to see all the potential employees that they can hire through Mohawk. And we also have an industry event. You will also, while taking the program, have the opportunity to complete the life license qualification program, and as well as your mutual funds license. And that's it for me. I think I'll hand it over to George.
So good morning, everyone. Yes, I'm the coordinator of the insurance program here at Mohawk College. This program has been around since the early 70s, and it's been a very successful program. In fact, I'm a graduate of the program, and the professors that teach the insurance courses are all graduates of the insurance program. So it's a very niche, unique programs specifically for the property and casualty insurance industry, which is everything dealing with insurance other than life insurance. It's a 2-year diploma program, and with a 3-year co-op, also diploma program, and with the 3-year co-op diploma program, the students at the end of the 3rd semester, so in December, they go off and work in the industry. It's a paid positions, and then they come back for their 4th semester. To be in a co-op program, you have to have at least a 70% average, and you cannot fail more than 1 course. Would you be able to next slide, please? As I've already indicated, the other thing too, in regards to co-op, the other very important thing about our program is that we work very closely with the Insurance Institute of Canada, and 8 of our insurance courses, we teach the course here at the college, these 8 courses, and at the end of the course, each student can write a national exam for that specific course towards a designation through the Insurance Institute of Canada called the Chartered Insurance Professional designation, and this is highly regarded in the insurance industry. We also offer our students upon graduation a REBL 1-week course towards their REBL exam, so that they can become licensed insurance brokers. The great thing about our program is that over 90% of our students upon graduation find a career in the career position in the insurance industry, and the type of jobs are, as I already mentioned, an insurance broker, insurance agent, an underwriter for an insurance company, and claims adjusting position. So basically, I always tell the students, when you're at Mohawk College, once you step into these insurance courses, you are in the insurance industry. That's the way we treat it, and you have the bedrock to basically go out into the workforce. We are very closely associated with the insurance industry, so there's a lot of networking. Our students attend brokers conventions every year, an insurance adjusters convention, mutual insurance company convention. We also have Meet the Grad, and an industry night where we invite industry companies to attend our industry night to hire our students. And again, every year we have more job positions than actual students. And if anyone has any questions, just please reach out to me. And it's a great opportunity for individuals to go into into an industry that you're paid well, and have a lot of positions that you can go into once you actually go into the industry. And then I'm done, and I'm going to pass it on to Janice Long.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, George. My name is Janice Long. I am the program coordinator for marketing, and I also teach in the program. Like all of my faculty colleagues, I have worked in industry, in sales and marketing. And I, for one, think that marketing is the most fun kind of career a person can have. As you will see on the screen, we actually have 3 versions of our marketing diploma. We have a 2-year program, we have the 3-year business admin advanced diploma, and we also have a co-op option that's attached to the 3-year program. That would mean that if you are going to take the 3-year program with us and wanted co-op, you would actually graduate 4 years after you started, but you would have the benefit of 4-month placements, 3 of them, to really add to your learning and to get a chance to apply what you've learned in the program. We, like many other programs you heard from today, are very big on learning by doing, otherwise known as experiential learning. And we do this a number of ways. We have role plays, we have online simulations, we do client projects, working both with nonprofits and also with startup companies out of the agency, which is Mohawk's on-site consultancy. And not to worry, even in the situation where we're unable to see students face-to-face, we have, through digital technology, carried on with the client courses, as well of our with our other experiential elements. We do have a digital marketing focus, particularly in the 3-year program that was based on feedback from employers. If you're with us in the 2-year program, you get specialized training in digital marketing and in social media. If you stay with us for the 3rd year, additional courses include Adobe and graphic and web design. Like many of the other programs you've heard from today, we do have pathway agreements with various universities in Ontario as well as internationally. And some of our students certainly want to consider that as their next step. I would be happy to answer any questions. So please don't hesitate to email me. You see my email there at the top of the screen. Thanks for your time and have a great summer.
Hey, thanks so much, Janice. I'll now hand it over to our Business Human Resources Program Coordinator, Nicole.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for attending today's session. My name is Nicole Vincic, and I'm the Program Coordinator for the Business Administration HR program. The program is a 3-year advanced diploma program, and one of the major highlights of our program is that the courses that are required to write the Comprehensive Knowledge Exam, which is the CKE exam for the Certified Human Resources Professional designation, are all included in our program. So one of the major components to being successful is that you complete these courses with an overall average of 70%, with no course less than 65%. And that's just in the core HR courses. Some of the highlights of our program are that we include experiential learning, as other programs have stated. We do case studies, we do a lot of hands-on activities regarding mock interview, applied cases. We have a lot of class discussions on recent news topics. One of the big things that we've all been discussing is the COVID situation. HR has been a pivotal department in helping organizations manage their human resources as it relates to this situation we're facing today. So my plan for the fall is to apply some of these real-life scenarios into our learning experience. If you're interested in learning in becoming a human resources professional, you can branch off into various different streams such as health and safety, payroll, recruitment and selection, organizational development, training and development, and many other different areas. So my information, you can reach me at nicole.vincic@mohawkcollege.ca. Thanks for your time today.
That's great. Thanks very much, Nicole. I'll now pass it over to Edward, our coordinator of our tourism program.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Just wanted to, first of all, welcome everybody again, as you have been welcome multiple times, but not to the tourism shtick that I'll basically give you now. My name is Edward Starr. I go by Ted, so please keep it informal if you're reaching out to me by email or by telephone. And I'm the program coordinator for the tourism program here at Mohawk. We do offer a fully accredited Ontario College diploma. It does take 2 years, but we do also offer a fast track option, which is a January start. And basically you go right the way through the summer and are out in approximately 18 months. One of the things that we pride ourselves on in the tourism program here at Mohawk is that we have a very diverse program of study where we look at not only the theory of tourism as a business, but also the practical application. Experientially speaking, we are now the only college in the province of Ontario that does offer the use of a live reservation system for both hotels as well as car rentals and airlines. We are fully connected through to a system that is used by every major tour operator coast to coast, as well as all of the major airlines. Not to get into the sort of like the very specifics of it, but when you are looking online, as a number of people regularly state to us, you know, friends, family might say, you know, like, why would you be getting involved in tourism when everything is moving online? What we always remind our students of is that, yes, things are moving more and more online as our agencies, as our tour operators. However, at the end of online or behind the computer, there is actually somebody doing all of that work. And we specialize our students in being able to train for those particular areas. The only area that we do not train in, we do mention it, and we look at taxation and costings, as well as sort of like convention and meeting planning, but we do not get into food and beverage preparation. That's a more specialized program that has heavier health and safety, nutrition, etc. But in our area, we specialize on all of the sectors of tourism, and we are fully endorsed as a gold standard with the Association of Canadian Travel Agencies. We also have a phenomenal work placement program that is extremely diverse and allows our students to be able to go out and work in any of the sectors that they are looking at, including convention and meeting planning, retail travel agencies, tour operations. We have had students work with airlines and different hotel groups such as Sandals, and we've had students even go further afield and go out of province and out of country to be able to complete their work placement. Our Associate Dean, Drew McTeer, who you met at the very beginning, was instrumental in setting up a partnership in Campeche, Mexico. The other thing to address, that sort of pseudo elephant in the room, when we look at the idea of the COVID crisis that has been going on, those students that I've been working with over the past year, as well as potential students that are coming in, have been obviously very concerned about what the industry may hold for them. The one thing I always mention to students is that tourism, like any other business, is going to go through sort of like peaks and valleys. And I'm of the opinion, and it's never proven me wrong up until this point, to be in school now is probably one of the greatest things that you can do, so that when there is retirement, when there is expansion, once the globe comes out of the current pandemic situation, you are highly trained, highly skilled, and able to walk right into jobs that they're going to be desperate to be able to be filled. We have a number of graduates that have been highly successful. I am a graduate of the program myself. I spent many, many years in the hotel business, starting as a night auditor, and worked my way up to the vice president of marketing and sales of a hotel conglomerate. And we had 68 hotels worldwide, including Costa Rica and throughout North America, and 2 in Europe. So again, that's the type of faculty that we have, very, very diverse backgrounds, and bringing a lot of our experience into the classroom to share with you while you are being very hands-on. Next slide, please. Thank you. For those that may not be aware, to work within the travel component of the tourism industry, one must be TICO certified, Travel Industry Council of Ontario. That's whether or not you're handing out a brochure at a travel agency or selling travel insurance at the CAA. We do have the opportunity to write that exam embedded right in our program in your 3rd and 4th semesters. So another added value feature that Mohawk features in our program, allowing our students to be sort of as future ready as we possibly can. And finally, just wanted to touch on the articulation agreements. If you do want to advance your studies past your 2-year college diploma, we do currently have in place numerous articulation agreements. Probably the 2 most exciting ones are the one with the Limerick Institute of Technology, and we also have one with Athabasca. Now, the one with LIT, the Limerick Institute of Technology in Ireland, we've had a number of students go over and have been highly successful in that, while maintaining work opportunity here. Some of them have even been sponsored with employers who have sort of given release time to be able to leave, then come back on a part-time basis when they do have breaks, and then even coming back to further their position and move into management. Actually, one of our part-time professors right now who explored degree completion after going through our 2-year college diploma program is the regional manager for Kontiki Holidays. Highly successful young man, and started off with us here at Mohawk. So you could be the next one of these success stories, and we look forward to hopefully being able to see you in the fall, if not in the winter, because again, we do have those 2 entrance cohorts. Thank you very much.
That's great. Thanks so much, Ted. And thank you to all of our wonderful faculty for taking the time to share all this great information with us today. We hope this leaves all of our participants feeling confident to join us in September. We'd now like to open it up if anybody has any questions for our faculty. And just a reminder that you have been unmuted and you can ask in the chat feature. We just received a question. What if you didn't finish high school? Can you still apply? The answer is yes. If you're over the age of 19 and did not finish high school, you can apply as a mature applicant. As a mature applicant, you need to meet the admission requirements for your chosen program. However, you have options available to you. To apply, you'll submit your application through ontariocolleges.ca. If you have any questions or need assistance with next steps, we encourage you to reach out to discover@mohawkcollege.ca, and you'll be connected to an advisor that will help you with all next steps. Another question that came through in our chat is, does your college offer scholarships? With one simple application, our students will be considered for over 900 scholarships, bursaries, and awards. Just last year, Mohawk supported our students with over $4.2 million in financial assistance. And again, if you need assistance with these applications, we encourage you to reach out to discover@mohawkcollege.ca, and we do have advisors that will assist you with those steps as well. So thanks again to our faculty for all of the information that they have shared with us today. Just a reminder that all of our business programs are still open for September, and you can still apply by submitting your application through ontariocolleges.ca. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to any of the program coordinators that joined us today, or you can reach out to discover@mohawkcollege.ca, and we'll direct you directly to a program coordinator and assist you with next steps. Once again, thanks so much for joining us today, and have a great day.